Mississippi. EA Sports college football coverage continues with this Week 10 clash. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Rebels offense will go to work first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop it?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And I'm just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Off the RPO, complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And this is going to be the matchup for this defense all game long, containing the QB speed, because he can get out and he can roll. Nice job early in this football game, judging his speed, getting out there, getting the sack, and most importantly, getting a hit on him early in this football game so he can physically feel you, and those hits can start to add up throughout a football game.
So Georgia's offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And we get our first look at Gunnar Stockton. He had a tough game in that loss last time out. 3 times he threw picks and only 1 touchdown pass. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them.
Snags it, and he's open. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Hey, man, you're going to have to bring a lot of hats to the party to get this guy down. These big tight ends, they do not go down easy. He's able to make one guy miss, break a tackle, pick up some extra yardage.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Temple. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Gets it out fast. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
On a big 3rd down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Dogs are moving quickly down the field. They're going back to the ground. Play is stopped as they tend to an injured Ole Miss Rebel. That is the freshman defensive end that they're very excited about. They're hoping that he's able to return to the game shortly. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here.
Hood got enough space. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Georgia. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Rebels offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. A quick pass to the left. Oh, he's got some space. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Rebels lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Could not make his way to the corner. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the grab, it's Humphries. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation. A beautiful throw out in front of the target.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Dogs.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Off play action on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And you could tell the offense was trying to take a shot and really stress that safety. Sending one guy long, you better cover the deep ball, and then try to slip a guy right underneath it. Unsuccessfully, the quarterback's got to be a little bit better with that timing.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On third down, he drops to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Goes high to pull it in. Off and running. He's at the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Looking downfield, it's Stockton using his legs to buy some time. He's got an open man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. When you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Right back to the well. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no shot at a return here as the punt goes out of bounds. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Run inside. It's Lacey. Finds a little bit of space. Gets 3 to the 22.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. Makes the catch. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's high. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Eagles are moving quickly down the field. Takes the handoff. It's Lacy. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Quickly out to the tight end.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
To the air, it's Stockton. Bringing the heat. Hit as he throws. Picked off. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there, but that should not be the last time you run that play.
Maybe some room here. He's at the 10, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Rebels!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, should have ran a better route.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They go to the counter. Pushes ahead for 1. It's 2nd and 9. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Caught in the backfield, it's Lacy. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Working that left side now. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Finds his man. It's Alexander.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the timing just a hair off. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. They just keep firing. Quickly to the tight end. Ole Miss calls its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And the Rebels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown, Rebels.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Timeout on the field, and that's the 2nd call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Stockton. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. That's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
And the defense, Abe, got him at the 27. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. So the offense has done its job. They have the lead, and they'll secure it as we head to halftime. And with time running out here in the 2nd quarter, the offense just going to take a knee. Don't want to risk disaster here. Make sure you go to the locker room with the lead. And the Rebels will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Georgia's head coach told me at halftime they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Guys?
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Handoff for Frazier. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Finds his man in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here.
Might have a chance. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
This is an offense that prides themselves on the ability to run the football, right? They trust those big bodies up front, and on 4th and 1, there was no question. They were going to go for it, they were going to hand it off, and they get the first down.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. Has it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
You got to be impressed by what you just saw from this offense. They're already in the red zone, right? The coach is telling the quarterback, be smart, don't do anything crazy with the football. We can't turn it up.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And what a great job by the defense here. 1st down, 2nd down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both. And that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up 3rd and long situations. And now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. It's complete to the left. Made a defender miss. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Pulls it in. It's Lacey. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting him get some positive yards.
Plows through the defense. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
And he won't make it to the marker. Stonewalled for the second straight play. And they decide to trot out the kicker. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And we are dead even after the field goal here in the third.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On fourth and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
Here comes the Georgia offense ready to go on the attack. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On target. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over him.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. Swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. To the air, it's Stockton. Firing to the right, complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They'll snap it from the 39, first and 10. Takes a handoff. It's Temple. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Right back to it. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if...
Makes the catch, and he's free. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
It's so nice to have that tight end that can be a chess piece. You can move him around, and then guess what? He can break tackles. He can make explosive plays. You've seen tight ends grow and get faster and bigger and stronger, and they throw it to him short, and look at the speed. He does the rest for the long touchdown catch.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Checking in from the Ole Miss sideline. This defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them...
Continues to fight for yards. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room.
what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
Well, no doubt that was the primary target the quarterback wanted, just not on the same page on that one.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. That's caught. It's Gill. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, after allowing a touchdown in the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field.
Makes a grab and room to run. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. The Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Looking for room. It's Lacey. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. He's now up to 58 yards on the ground so far in this one, and he is closing in on that 1,000-yard mark. They'll go right back to it.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. But he's got a head of steam. Well, he is hard to bring down.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They piece together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Maybe got some room entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Rebels. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Rebels surge back on top.
Well, the defense is going to be kicking themselves for that. They knew coming into this game they had to stop this wide receiver. And it wasn't just going to be catching the football. They knew they might see him in the run game as well. Really good timing on the reverse call there. Down in the red zone, the defense just not able to catch up and make a tackle.
The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. Game is tied, just a few minutes to play, and we'll see if this defense can stop a scoring drive. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Picks up the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give it.
Breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And when your offensive line can plow holes like that and you can get over 10 yards a carry, like, we don't need to complicate this. Like, this is a very simple form. Be more physical. Hand the football off. That's a great job in back-to-back plays for this offense.
Looking for a gap. It's Temple. Pick up of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. He'll run it again. Across the 25, he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. It's Phillips. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in a position to win.
Ole Miss calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Third down, red zone play, crowd alive. Here's a give to Frazier. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Ole Miss calls its third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. It's good! And they surge on top here in the final minute.
That's a big-time kick. Had to have it. Nice job taking the lead. Nice execution. Now, defensively, you know exactly what you're getting in for. One more stop, and this one's over.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Ole Miss offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds. And now the offense trying to score one late. And the Rebels right after the huge play through the air back to the line. To the air on first down. Got his man.
You're seeing a lot of confidence out of this quarterback now. 3 for 3 on this 2-minute drive. He understands that he needs to step up if his team's going to win this game. And he's playing his best football right now.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. To the line quickly. They'll spike it to save some time. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And he got it! They tied the game in the final seconds.
The pressure doesn't get much bigger than that right there. Clock ticking down, all the pressure on you. You miss, you lose. He comes through in a big moment, and we've got bonus football, boys. Give me some overtime.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Stockton. He's going to take off. At the 35, he's loose. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. We'll get it started here in overtime. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now they regain the lead. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked.
Here's a little room there. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime.
Game on the line, and they've got to be the more physical side. Great job getting blocks up front. He was able to skirt his way into the end zone, David, to win this game.
Man, that's why I want the ball second in OT. I know exactly what I need to go get it done. They take it down the field, run it in the end zone, and end the football game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David